It's always. Hold on.
All right. You know, live stuff. I heard a knock at the door. Hi, I'm Brendan, and I'm alone right now because Mike's over there. And what?
Like,
Everything all right, bud?
yeah, everything's all right. Real life happens sometimes. People ask for things. Kids want candy and things like that. So
For the people who thought you live alone, that was a terrifying moment. There was just a child behind you.
yeah, for the people that think that, it's real life. This is film. This is a house. This is a place.
Pretty sure that girl from The Ring cut her hair.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what it was. So it's Thursday. I'm Mike.
I already explained who I was while you did this to the camera and shit like that
Yeah.
and took off. I'm Brendan. I'm no longer alone. Mike's back. He's in charge again.
So it's Thursday, and we're here. We're live. It is after Easter. So yeah, I think there's only one thing to do.
How was your Easter? Oh, I guess we're gonna drink first. I mean,
was
we might
okay.
as well get the drinks poured. Talk about the drinks. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I wanted to do something to celebrate, because it is post Easter, after all. So I figured, what better than an Easter shot? When I think of an Easter shot, or when I say Easter shot, what's the first thing you think of?
Are we an Easter shot?
An Easter shot.
The blood of Christ.
I don't have that. Ooh, that would have
Okay.
been good. Just blood. What are we doing shots of
probably
today?
not.
Blood.
No, Easter shot. What would be an Easter shot?
What says Easter?
Eggs.
Yes. Eggs. I'm not going to shoot eggs.
Are you shooting eggnog?
No, not eggnog.
That'd be Christmassy.
I have a Kinder Egg.
Oh, wait. What?
It's a special one. It's
not a liquid.
No, well, not yet. It is a Harry Potter Kinder Joy Kinder Egg. So here's what I'm thinking. I open this up. And if you've never had a Kinder Egg, these are interesting. You open it up, and one side has like a little toy, like a little gimmick, and the other side has sweet cream topped with cocoa wafer bits.
What's the Harry Potter part?
Probably the toy. I would guess it's probably a Harry Potter toy. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to pour a shot in it. And do the shot.
Out of the egg.
Out of the Kinder Egg. Out of the chocolate part. Not out of the
So
toy.
we have to wait and watch you eat half of a chocolate cream egg. Get the cream out of it so you can pour a shot. Why?
No, I'm not going to
None
mix
of
it all
this
up.
sounds appealing to me.
I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to let it get a little kindery. And then I'm going to do it.
What is kindery?
We'll find out. So, hold on. While I'm doing that, what are you drinking?
Not a candy. I finally, after spending a good 30 minutes, got all of the cork out of that bottle of Glenlivet that I had from last week. And now I just need to get a stopper for it. But that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have a bit of Glenlivet. I love the Glenfiddich. We're going with another Glen today.
Let's see what we got. We got
FCC glass. 2020 season ticket member.
We got a string.
Ooh.
The toy was a string.
The toy was a string. That was inside the egg?
A string and... Oh, no, there's more things. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, my God.
What is this? It's like a little board game. There's like...
Made for a child, confusing for Mike.
Hold on, look, there's a little Harry.
It looks like a little pop vinyl.
There's the girl.
The girl.
There's Ed Sheeran.
Ron Weasley.
And then you got, what is this? Oh, it's the instructions. Okay, so hold on.
Eat the egg.
So
pour liquid in.
It's got
That's your instructions.
It's got.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, it's the train. Is that what this goes to? Oh, there's a sticker. It's the train from the movie.
I think your train left the station a few years ago.
Anyway, so we've got the toy on one side, and then we've got. This might not be a good idea.
This podcast, I'm starting to wonder myself.
Well, no, because this is It's a little more solid than I thought. I never realized these
Yeah.
things were this solid. I thought they were just more like kind of. In my head, I remember them being more like of a.
No. Pour no right
a-
now. No. Grab your liquid, and I want you to pour it in that half
All right.
and shoot it out of that egg.
All right. So we have Bird Dog. This is Bird Dog espresso flavored whiskey.
Espresso flavored.
Figure espresso flavored whiskey, cream, egg cream, egg. It'll work. So, nice little. It's a fresh one.
Did I
Fresh
get
off the
that
line.
muted in time? I hope I had
You
that
did.
muted.
You did.
No,
All right.
fantastic. I'm
So-
getting good at that.
We've got the. I almost said Cadbury egg. Do you like Cadbury eggs?
Bok, 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 bok. I just remember the commercial. It's like the oldest, longest running commercial ever. My grandmother loved that commercial.
So pouring this in the egg, and the oh god, it's not all gonna fit. Can you see that?
Yeah, that looks like it looks like a specimen sample.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of sample.
Oh.
Should I let it
there's
sit
two
for a
little
sec to,
balls on the
like,
bottom.
Kind of marinate. We'll do
So
that.
that stuff down in there is edible.
Yeah. Have you never had
thought
one
it
of
was a-
these?
I thought it was a chocolate egg.
No, it's
Inside
like
there,
a.
you're gonna have a chocolate egg.
No.
that-
It comes with a spoon. Where's the spoon? Hold on. There's a spoon. Because they give you a. Let me find it.
This is.
No,
We
look,
just-
look.
I got a message here.
They give you a
actually. We
spoon.
just got the award for the worst podcast ever.
See, look.
All
They give you a little paper spoon.
Oh, that's a
scoop it
piece
out.
of paper. That's not
All
a
right.
spoon.
So let's do espresso
The fact that you are saying you got a spoon with it.
espresso whiskey out of a Kinder egg. Cheers.
Like all the kids do. It looks like you're doing like an oyster shooter.
Well, that was really pointless for as much time as that took.
That was. Whew.
So, rest of the whiskey. Bottoms. Oh. Oh. So what you got?
I'm gonna sip Glenlivet out of a glass
Oh, God.
like a fucking gentleman. I'm not gonna drink my whiskey out of a novelty
It was a candy
because
egg.
it leaves that look on my face.
It was a candy egg. It wasn't a novelty. I've got like 5 beverages here on my desk.
You wouldn't consider a candy egg a novelty?
I mean, they make it year round. So it's not, I don't know if it's a novelty. Is it a novelty if it's like readily available? Wouldn't novelty be? The novelty would be like the Peep, right?
The novelty is that I'm still engaged in this conversation.
Well, what's your Easter candy of choice? Like when
Easter
you
candy
got
of
Easter
choice.
candy as a kid, what did you go for? What did you hope you got?
I like all the multicolor candies. Give me the Nerds. Give me the Spree. Give me the. Give me the. I don't know. I hate black jelly beans.
We
I
learned
do
learned that we
enjoy-
learned that last week.
I do enjoy
2 weeks ago.
Peeps. I don't care what anybody says. Peeps are delicious.
I'm not anti Peep.
And if you microwave them, they get real big.
It's not the thing that I always go for. But I don't hate on Peeps as much as some people hate on Peeps. I like weird Peeps. I love all the different like random flavors of Peeps. Like they make like eggnog Peeps,
Nope.
candy cane
Nope.
Peeps.
Quit changing things. Nope.
They make ones that are birthday cake and they put a little bit of white chocolate on the bottom of it, so it's marshmallow and chocolate. Those
Stupid.
are fire. No,
Get
why
a,
is that
get a
stupid?
marshmallow and chocolate candy. A peep is a peep is a peep. Just leave it how it is. It's either
No.
pink or yellow.
It's too much
It either
sugar.
tastes pink or it tastes yellow. End of story. That's
Some
a peep.
more than
Make a different candy.
after one. I
Make
feel
a
like I've
different
eaten
candy.
too much sugar. It's coated in that big, gigantic, flaky sugar.
Delicious.
Do you
Kind of gritty.
eat them in a certain way, or you just stuff the whole thing in your mouth? Are you like, how many bites does a Peep take you?
It's like a 2-bite thing.
It's like a
maybe
2-bite thing?
3-bite
Do you eat it the same way? Do you go for the head first?
Not really.
No?
I mean, the head usually gets bit off at the beginning.
Bunnies or
I think.
chicks, or does it matter? Chicks or bunnies, is it, or preference?
I don't know. I haven't had a peep in a while though. Like Easter's just. I'm happier with the ham.
Do the colors taste different?
Yeah.
Really? You think the colors are different flavors?
I don't know. Is this what we're gonna do next week? Is have a side by side peep tasting?
Not by next week. All the Easter candy's going to be way too old and out of date by next week.
But we might be able to get a good deal on it.
Relatively.
We don't have a budget, so that would be nice.
That would be fair. So,
Yeah.
ooh, my mouth tastes like whiskey now.
Shocking.
I need another drink. I think it's time for a beer. You know what that means.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna do the thing with the.
Do the thing.
down.
I'll do the thing. You do the music. You do the music. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just make it up as you go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Dun dun dun.
Music.
Yeah.
This is Mike's beer of the week. So
I'll write something new for next week.
this ties me into a little bit of what I did, because anybody that watches this show, thank you to all 5 of you. We did not do one last week. Last week I was out of town, and we did a different episode. We did the compilation of all the things that Brendan drank. We did all 6 of his episodes, but I was on vacation.
I can't believe that made over an hour.
Like an hour and 20, I think, is what it clocked at.
Yeah.
And that was I was trying to be very, very discriminate with the clips. I tried to cut it as close to the beginning of my thought process was, what's the story that led into it? Try to get the beginning of that or a funny line. There was a couple times where I think I just went for right in the middle where just something was funny.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this would be a great line to start this section with, because it doesn't like, I think a couple of them I purposely was like, nobody's gonna know what this goes into.
It's been like an hour. It's like an hour and 20 minutes of just me kind of bitching.
Yeah, it's revenge.
It's not terrible.
In full form.
Yeah, it happens.
So I went out of town. I went to Tennessee, particularly Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which I want to do, as people say. It's my anniversary with my wife, and we go to Gatlinburg quite often. We went down there. We had a 2-part trip. First part, we went to Pigeon Forge. We went to this place called the Wayback Hotel. It was like a gimmick hotel. It was designed to look like one of the like a 1960s like California roadside motel. It had like the teal colors and like the seafoam green everywhere. There was a pool with a trailer that had a bar built into it that served drinks, and like all the doors were exterior. It was like an old motel. They bought an old motel and turned it into this. They didn't spend as much money to update it as they should have. Had a great time. Probably needed a little bit more time and a little bit more love and a little bit more care put into it. So that night we went and we drank, and then the next day we went into Gatlinburg. We parked in a hotel. We didn't park in a hotel. We checked into our hotel. And our hotel we usually get is right up the hill from the strip. Because I'm not a Gatlinburg person that goes hiking or camping or any of that stuff. That is not what I like to do. When I go to Gatlinburg, I'm going to drink, I'm going to eat, I'm going to drink some more, and I'm going to walk up and down that strip and go in all the like crazy fun little goofy like touristy things. That's what I like to do. So with one of those things being drinking, there's a couple beers that you can only get down in that area. That's the big thing I love to do on vacation. If I go out of town, I'm going to stop at their local liquor store, pick up some local beer, bring it home.
Gotcha.
So we've got 2 that are only available in that area. I'm going to let you.
All right, Brendan's beer of the week, Dos Equis. All right.
See how short his story is? All right, I'm going to let you pick the cans.
Let's go with the one on the closest to the microphone.
All right. They're both great choices.
I don't like when you drop your hands. I'm a magician. I don't trust when shit is out of my sight. You could have switched it just
No, it was white. The one was white, one was purple.
Yeah,
you
but
picked the white one.
Get it a second can down there. Just go ahead.
They're all going to be beers I like. So this isn't the soda thing where one's going to be like a gaff, like all of a sudden, like, oh man, I picked the piss beer. Unfortunately,
That happens.
So this here, when I go in and out of all of these places, there's one beer that is consistently at every bar, every restaurant, even like if you go to like the Applebee's, they've got it on draft there. Not that I go to the Applebee's there, but it's that consistent.
Mike goes out of town and just eats a Fiesta lime chicken.
You knew the dish name.
It was the only thing I ever got at Applebee's back in the day.
The only thing I know from there is the wonton taco. That's the only thing I know from Applebee's is the one.
Never
I
even knew
could
they had a taco.
name is the wonton taco. Is that the riblet place or is that no? No, that's Chili's. Chili's is ribs and riblets.
Never had Chili's.
I've had Chili's a couple times. I never had the ribs.
There's a Chili's by me. I'm gonna have to finally try it. Your beer that is
So
in
my
all
beer-
of the places.
My beer is
all over.
Black Horse Brewery. This is their vanilla cream ale. This is their vanilla cream ale. This is out of Tennessee. 4.8? 4.8%?
Yeah, 5.
5. And we're drinking this out of another Tennessee item. When we went down there, we went and did a wine tasting tour. They give you one of those little gimmick cards, and you got to go to like 4 different places and get it stamped, and you get stuff. We got a lot of stuff. We got new wine glasses. We got like a travel bag, and then like not even before the whole thing, like the second place, they gave us 2 of these. This is like a legit, like dense mug from this Apple Barn cider house in Tennessee.
Someone who's no longer in the industry and used to get all this, like, don't you have enough glasses yet?
I have enough.
I have glasses in storage, and
I get rid of
there
them.
were
I give them away.
Yeah.
I don't hang on to. I didn't hang on to a lot of the ones that didn't matter to me. So because that's a good question. Working in the industry like we did, we got a lot of shit. Let me try this beer, and then I want to talk more about this because that's important. Dude, this
it looks
is
very light.
one of the lightest, tastiest. The next time you come over, you got to try one of these. These are fantastic. I bought 2 6-packs of this before I left Tennessee. It's that fucking good.
Well, I may be coming over this weekend. We'll talk about that.
So, with that, and we were talking about like bar swag. You had talked about how much glassware could I possibly have? Honestly, nowadays, not very much. I had a ton. I had so much. I gave a lot away.
I have so much bar swag.
A good amount broke. I've got bar swag for days. I have pins. I have T-shirts. I have hats. I've given hats away.
Yep. Yeah.
And I still buy it. Like I bought this just last week on vacation. You go places and you're like, oh, that's cool. I like liquor brands. I like having their logos on things. It's very universal.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't lean a certain way. It doesn't go a certain politic. It's just, oh yeah, it's a beer hat. Okay, it's a shirt from a whiskey company. Whatever. So do you today? If someone gave you a pint glass, someone gives you 2 of the same pint glass, what are you doing? You keeping them? You throw them away? Giving one away?
Keep 'em. I keep too much stuff.
I'm a pack rat.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely will. I mean, because at that point I've got to have a matching set. If the option to have the matching set is there, awesome. I have a lot of single glasses from events and things like that, but if I've got the option for doubles, then yeah. If you give me 3, I'm gonna find a way to get rid of that third one.
I've had a lot of opportunities where it was like collectors items, or like, oh, not everybody's gonna get a chance to get this glass, or like if you're familiar with the Lexington beer scene, West Six, the West Six glasses were kind of like the Pokemon cards of glassware because they did
ones before
a
the logo
can-shaped.
changed?
Well, when they did the can-shaped glasses, they do them for each beer they release. So it's a matter of like, can you get all the beers?
But also there was the fact that when they went through the lawsuit with Magic Hat, there was everybody was trying to collect those original logo glasses too. Where
Wasn't it because it was the star?
The star. The
Yeah.
star in the logo was too close to Magic Hat number 9, and they had to lose the star. So you could get the old special ones. Blah blah.
I'll take West Six over Magic Hat though.
Yeah,
any day of the
absolutely.
week. So we talked about you drinking some of this beer coming over here, and there's a reason that you might be coming over.
Yeah, it's a big yearly holiday.
It is one of my favorite holidays of the year. People of the internet, it is WrestleMania month.
It's now so many days of events. I mean, the event itself is 2 different nights now. The Hall of Fame is Friday night. The FanFest starts the week of.
Well, I've got it here.
You got the schedule.
Yeah, so the whole schedule for WrestleMania week started on Monday. So WrestleMania week, according to WWE, Monday 4-1, Monday Night Raw, Tuesday 4-2, NXT.
That doesn't count. That's a normal Monday.
They
and a
count
Tuesday.
they count those build up shows. Wednesday
Oh.
4-3, WWE Speed premiered on X, also known as Twitter. They're now doing this formatted show on Twitter where it's 3-minute matches that they tape before or after other shows. So it's kind of like they took the AEW Rampage thing, but instead of an hour show, just 3-minute matches on social media clips that you can watch. The first match was
How do you know they're going to be 3-minute matches?
they have a timer.
It'll be a draw at 3
No
minutes?
longer than 3 minutes. Put it that way.
It'll
Draw
be
at 3
at
minutes.
3 minutes.
The first match. I think that is the rule. That it's a draw at 3 minutes.
Because then you're telling me way too much that this is scripted. I mean, we all know we live in a world now where they talk about it behind the scenes. You got documentaries and stuff like that, but there's no reason to say these are going to be 3-minute matches and not have a stipulation for what happens if it goes to 3 minutes.
Well, 3-minute time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also the fact that I think this is going to feature. I'm not trying to sound like Mike the AEW hater. This is going to be, I think, where they put matches together that cater to the AEW fan. The first match they did was Ricochet versus Dragon Lee. That's what, and honestly, they took the leash off of Ricochet for the match. He was doing all of his cool shit. They were going in the ring, out of the ring.
Actually allowed to wrestle?
Yeah.
Wrestling. Real wrestling.
It's okay. But WWE Speed is going to be the place for maybe those kind of matches for people that just want to come in and get a hot and fast match. You know what I mean? Not have to get caught up on 2 months of storyline. You just want to see two cool wrestlers do something in the ring.
I want a 20-minute match. I could show anybody.
I don't
from
need
the
a
beginning,
20-minute match for
Ospreay
everything.
Ospreay and fucking Konosuke Takeshita.
They already did
One
that.
of the best matches I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you can't do that every day.
No, I'm just saying that's the type of matches they don't do a whole lot of this. You don't need to come into stories. That's the problem with WWE. If I haven't
You
watched
need
it, I'm
stories.
still out of the stories.
You need stories. You do need stories.
Well, yeah, there are stories, but some of them are just too okay. Really, this is what's going on now. Oh, so now we're training her to be okay. He's with jeez. I haven't kept up. It's been hard.
It's been
CM Punk
fantastic.
arrived and it went downhill.
It's been fantastic. So, hold on. Back to this WrestleMania week lineup. Wednesday 4-3 is WWE Speed. Today, Thursday 4-4, when we're broadcasting this live, WWE World opened, which is their WrestleMania store event. There's live pod. It used to be fan access. It's like live podcasts. It's signings, all kinds of shit. Looked actually pretty cool. I saw people posting videos today. They showed up and classic famous wrestlers were there. Current stars were there. Rhea Ripley was getting a tattoo at a tattoo booth in front of everybody. It looked like they actually are trying to do new things there.
Sounds like a fetish show.
Tomorrow, Friday 4-5, you have
Hall
the
of Fame.
WrestleMania XL kickoff at 5 p.m. You have SmackDown at 8, and then you have the Hall of Fame ceremony at 10 p.m. I'm not going to make it all the way through. I'm going to watch that Hall of Fame the next morning on a fucking recording.
Yeah.
Saturday 4-6 at 12 p.m. you have NXT Stand and Deliver. At 5 p.m. you have the countdown to WrestleMania, and at 7 p.m. you have night 1 of WrestleMania. Sunday you have the Slammy Awards at 10:30 in the morning. The countdown to WrestleMania at 5, and WrestleMania at 7, and then on Monday 4-8 you have WrestleMania Raw, you have the Raw after WrestleMania, in Philly,
which is always a big event
at 8 p.m., which is huge. Tons of rumors, tons of things happening, tons of huge matches going on. We'll get to the main WrestleMania card here in a moment, but before that, they're going to set us up with the one that I don't watch. You probably watch more than I do, which is NXT. I used to love NXT. I've been to NXT
well, first
shows.
is the Hall of Fame. Any
It's been
opinions about the
incredible.
people in the Hall of Fame? I'll fire a couple off. Paul Heyman. That's going to be awesome. Well deserved.
I love it, but I also love that with this Hall of Fame, they're doing story a little bit. with these inductions, the fact that Roman's inducting him, that's 100% part of the bloodline story, Rock controlling everything. The same thing with another inductee that we'll talk about here in a moment. But I like that Paul Heyman
Don't say Leah Maivia that's a part of a storyline.
What did she do? She inherited
Have you watched the Dark Side of the Ring on her?
Yeah, she inherited a promotion
Or
from
no, not
her.
that. Tales from the Territories, I mean. Did you
Yeah,
watch Tales
like
from the Territories?
yes, but like
He was big deal.
okay, but I think Leah Maivia and not Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman being inducted by Roman are yes Hall of Fame inductions that were going to happen one day, one way or the other. But I think they're also being played into the storyline of The Rock controlling everything.
Muhammad Ali, the U.S. Express, Thunderbolt Patterson, and actually one that I definitely remember as a kid that was one of my favorites that made me want to get nunchucks, Bull Nakano.
Bull Nakano
is
is a
badass.
cool induction. That's kind of like the same level as like a Great Muta induction. That's one if you got super nerdy in the 90s with like wrestling
Her and
tapes.
Alundra Blaze had one of the best.
Alundra Blaze!
It was one of the best feuds back in the day for women. It wasn't bra and panties, Matt. They were whipping each other's ass.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
All in all,
But
I think
Stand and
it's a good
Deliver.
show. I think the Hall of Fame is going to be a good class that gets inducted. The reason I said what I'm saying is because I hope there are some storyline elements that get tied into it. I actually am cool with the
It
idea.
doesn't need to be storyline out now.
No, if The Rock comes out and goes, "I'm inducting my grandma because I'm on the board of directors,"
No, of course he's not going to.
I wish he would.
No, this
I
is
love
a
heel
serious
Rock.
thing. They all take it serious.
It's wrestling.
I mean, blah, blah, blah,
wrestling.
blah, blah.
It's wrestling.
Anyway, card for Stand and Deliver. I'll do the same things for you that you're going to do for me with WrestleMania, and we'll fire it off quick. Give me any opinions or what you have to think. It could be that it's nothing. It could be whatever. We'll just start off with one of the big main events and feuds, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
I love
Carmelo Hayes
Hayes and Trick Williams. I think, based on what I've seen, I think Carmelo puts Trick over. I think Carmelo loses and then goes to the main roster. Because I think
100%.
Trick is set up to be the dude in NXT from what I've seen. The popping in and popping out of watching NXT, I've seen him go in those times. I've seen him go from being goofy sidekick to badass main event star. I think it's his time.
The main one, NXT Championship, one of my favorites, Ilya Dragunov against Tony D'Angelo.
I'm a big Tony D'Angelo fan.
I don't like the fake mafia thing.
I think it's it doesn't.
I'm the Don.
It
Hey,
works.
We put a guy in the trunk. Yeah, I do this with my hands a lot.
But it's
Yeah.
never been. Here's what I'll say.
Parmesan. What the fuck?
Is it that bad compared to some other things in pro wrestling? Like, he's actually a good wrestler. He gives a shit. He puts his all into the character. He's cartoony, but has he done anything embarrassing? I can't think of anything I've heard him do that was dumb. He's an over the top character. I like it. I like it. I think they need to take it off Ilya Dragunov? No. I think Ilya Dragunov just needs to be the dude of NXT for a very long time.
All right. Let's do one that probably doesn't matter to you. Kalani Jordan, Thea Hale, Fallon Henley against JC Jane, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame.
Thea Hale's team. That's who I want to win. I like Thea Hale. Her energy's
crazy
cool.
Yeah.
She's one of those, like, when she goes to the main roster and they figure out like what her permanent character is going to be, she's going to be really good. She's like 20 years. She's like 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah. Have you seen Oba Femi?
Yes, I've seen that dude cut a promo.
That dude's gonna be. Have you seen him wrestle or anything yet?
Small clips, like move clips on the internet, never a whole match.
He's a monster, and he's gonna be a superstar in some way. He's unreal. But it's gonna be Oba Femi, Josh Briggs, and Dijak. I don't think they're taking anything off of that Oba Femi for a minute, unless they want to skyrocket him to the main roster, which I could see. Joe Gacy and Sean Spears.
Good for Sean Spears. Good for Sean Spears. Good for Sean Spears. One day Joe Gacy's going to have some really cool stories and things he learned in NXT when he goes back to the Indies.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I'm sure he's a nice dude. I bet he's a really nice fucking guy. But yeah.
Last two, the Wolf Dogs, which is Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, against Nathan Frazier and Axiom, who was much better when he was a kid.
I mean, I'm a Baron Corbin guy. So make the t-shirts, print the t-shirts. I'm a Baron Corbin guy. T-shirts. We couldn't do that because we'd get like.
And the last one, the Irish girl,
Anyway.
Lyra Valkyria, Roxanne Perez. She's now a heel, apparently. Blah, 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 blah. I'm already done with it for this weekend.
I like this heel Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Great.
I'm cool with that. She reminds me of AJ Lee.
I guess.
So,
that's
I'm cool
supposed
with
to be
that.
Cora Jade. All right. What do you got?
All right, so
I'm gonna
after
be
Stand
bitter.
and Deliver, you're gonna be bitter. No, there's so much.
gonna be
There's
bitter.
so many good things on this WrestleMania.
Let's run through it. I'll tell you what's good.
All right, so WrestleMania. We're gonna start with night one.
All right.
Night one, first match: Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
Santos Escobar is one of my favorite people.
There you go.
Dude is unreal. I think they're honestly, I mean, I haven't watched the story, but it just sounds like this is going to be a blow-off match where Ray and Dragon Lee win.
It's already so negative. It's gonna be good.
Even though they shouldn't. Hey, go ahead.
All right, so next, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
Asuka, Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. Let's take these great people that we can't figure out what the fuck to do with. We'll make a 6-man match and we'll put it together within the last 2 weeks. That'll work.
It feels like
I don't like how it's thrown together. I feel
The
like
Bang Bang
Kairi
Gang.
and Asuka. Why are Kyrie and Asuka not putting on the tag team titles against like a Jade and a Bianca? You could have worked that story for a while. Blah blah blah. Feels.
I'm not going to disagree with you with that. I'm not going to disagree with you.
because I'm right.
But also, I don't think you put Jade in a tag team. I think
No.
you know this is like get out there at WrestleMania, but we're gonna protect you as much as we can for this first run. Like you know that, you see that. After that, we have a 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Now, the understanding is both
Is that
titles are hanging and they can get pulled down individually. So someone can win the SmackDown titles and someone can win the Raw titles individually.
interesting?
The teams, the champions, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, The Miz and R-Truth, a.k.a. The Awesome Truth, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, that team that used to be the New Day, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and you're about to get excited, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
New Catch Republic.
Did you just love everybody that was in NXT UK?
Because look where the people in NXT UK are now.
All right, the next match.
Pretty Deadly main roster. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. Let's look at Walter. Let's look
Who?
at Ilya Dragunov. Gunther. Let's look at Ilya Dragunov. Let's look at Ludwig Kaiser. Let's look at the entire the women's champion Lyra Valkyria. Let's look at how many of them came from the European scene's awesome. Fuck off.
So next,
Anyway.
we have a match that they talked about being their personal dream match.
Oh,
When you ask them what their dream match was, they each said it was this
Will
match.
Ospreay and Brian Danielson.
Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Yeet versus no Yeet.
Jay's gonna beat his brother. Yeah, you get the brothers. Owen and Brett is happening again. Jimmy and Jay. You're getting brothers at WrestleMania. Awesome.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
It's awesome for them. It is. It's awesome for them.
And
Jey
it'll
Uso
be a
is blown
banger.
up. Unbelievable.
It'll be a banger.
Yeah, no,
you know,
it'll be a
you know
banger.
they'll
It'll
do
be
the coolest
great,
shit they've ever done in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Next up, for the WWE Intercontinental Championship,
Gunther.
the Ring General, Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
Gunther.
Gunther. Yeah, I love Sami Zayn. I want Sami Zayn to do all the cool things. My cat's named after Sami Zayn.
Somehow Chad Gable had made it into this match. Maybe Chad Gable with the way they were pushing him for a bit, but they're not going to put it on Sami Zayn and take it off of Gunther. That's not going to be the person that will suddenly remove it from Gunther.
So next up, we have the Women's World Championship match: Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Rhea.
Yeah. Did you see any of the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani that CM Punk and then eventually Rhea Ripley was on?
No.
They did the slice kayfabe angle where Rhea's sitting there talking, doing the interview. Becky Lynch calls in because I guess previously Rhea had said in a promo that your baby's going to call me mommy. Becky apparently took that very personal and called in and said, "Hey, I'm outside," and then came in and beat her up in the studio. So they're doing like the blurring the lines. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
But they're doing a good reality kind of bend on this angle, which is really fun. I think the match is going to be fire. I think this is going to be a banger. The headliner for WrestleMania Night 1, The Rock and Roman Reigns, the tribal chief and the high chief, the final boss, versus Cody Rhodes
WWE match.
and Seth Rollins to determine a stipulation for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. If The Rock and Roman win, the world title match between Cody and Roman will be bloodline rules, meaning anything goes. If Cody and Seth win, the bloodline will be banned from ringside.
It is a classic WWE match. It is two people who are not a tag team doing a tag team match. Let's make a tag team the main event, but let's not put any tag teams in it.
What do you feel about
do a
though?
Bunch of individual. I don't like it.
This being a throwback to WrestleMania 1, which was it was a tag team match.
That this is Hogan and Mr. T versus Orndorff and fucking Roddy Piper again. That is not what this is. No.
So The Rock isn't Mr. T. Roman Reigns isn't Hulk Hogan in the Hogan spot. Seth Rollins isn't in the Piper spot. And Cody Rhodes isn't the Paul Orndorff. You're telling me that?
Rollins in the Piper spot and Cody Rhodes.
Out of all the four of them.
Wait, Seth
Cody's not a Piper.
Spots? You're putting them in the heel spot because it's not the same act. None of them fit any of it because none of it works.
Yeah.
No.
So what do you see happening?
No. Rock is not Mr. T because Mr. T was an actor who came in and learned how to wrestle a little bit. The Rock is a wrestler who learned how to act, got to be good at it, came back to wrestling. This isn't Mr. T.
So you're pro Rock. So you're pro Rock movie.
I'm pro the fact that he's talented as hell. He's absolutely hilarious, and he shredded the people of Utah in that one promo where he's some of their 50 wives and
go home and smoke some more crack.
Yeah, smacking the herpes off their lips. That shit was funny. But anyway,
heel rock is
whatever.
This heel rock that we're getting is fantastic. The final boss. Have you seen the entrances with the lightning and him appearing out of the lightning? They're trying to do Thanos, is what they're trying to do.
I don't like that he's using the final boss name.
Why?
Because another person under the WWE banner had been using that for years. And she had been using it in another company for years. And she is a legend of the women, and it was always her nickname.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Meiko Satomura was always called the final boss. She always has been called the final boss.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is not concerned with what Meiko Satomura is doing.
I
like Meiko Satomura.
He's a legendary international wrestler, and they literally just stole. They called her the final boss for years. They made a big deal out of her being the final boss.
You
boss.
You are stretching the word legend, sir.
No, she is in other. I mean, ask any female wrestler who they
Trish
want to
Stratus is a legend. Like, I give
Meiko
her.
Satomura
She's super talented.
More than Trish Stratus.
Yell their name. Yell their name in a crowded area, and see who knows more people. How more.
I'm sorry. More guys beat off the Trish Stratus posters as
The
teenagers.
name is more well known.
It's not about the name.
The Rock is not worth. They are not checking
Every
with
time
Mako
you hear a
Satomura
Every
before
time
they
you
make
hear
a Rock T-shirt.
Female wrestler talk about their dream matches, they always throw Mako in there. Continue.
No, Lita and AJ Lee.
No, they throw Mako Satomura.
AJ Lee.
Continue.
So that was night one.
There's
So
an eclipse coming up.
you didn't. You never told me who do you think wins that main event.
I don't give a shit.
You have to pick because it determines the next night.
What's the stipulation?
Bloodline rules or Bloodline banned. Bloodline rules if the Rock and Roman win and
Rock and Roman are gonna win because there's gonna be some shenaniganry and Rock will end up turning on Roman. Blah blah
Okay.
blah blah blah.
Okay.
Continue.
So night 2 of
Night
WrestleMania.
2. WrestleMania.
Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits
Oh Jesus.
versus the Final Testament, Karrion
They're calling
Kross,
themselves the
Akam,
Pride.
and Razor. I saw that in a Philadelphia street fight.
I'm gonna go with Cross and the Profits. I'm gonna go with
Lashley and the
Cross
Profits.
No, Cross and the AOP.
First off, I hate Cross in this group.
Yep.
I hate it. It's terrible. It's awful. I kind of like what they're doing with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I'm kind of into that. I don't like the name The Pride. I don't think every group needs a name. It can just be Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Not every group needs like a name and like a logo.
Yeah.
I think this is the match where you get like local celebrities involved because it's the Philadelphia street fight. There's been an announcement that they were talking to Jason Kelsey. So I think this is where like they're going to fight in the crowd. And at some point, honestly, I think you just have him pour beer on somebody or something like that.
Fantastic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will Ospreay can't come out and do 3 backflips and say bruv 4 times and then talk about Nando's. Sorry.
Last night was Will Hobbs, and that was he fought a power wrestler. Then Takeshita. It's all different ones. And the Daniel Bryan. You're gonna tell me that Bryan Danielson and Ospreay wouldn't be a fun match to you?
What was the main event
Of what?
last night?
I didn't get to finish the show.
Exactly.
No, I fall asleep every Wednesday by 9 o'clock because I wake up at 4 now on Thursday.
We're gonna pause the
I need to
WrestleMania conversation because that Dynamite last night, brother. I'm sorry. That was the most pathetic shit.
You
that
just look for
rah-rah
things to
speech
on AEW after you loved it.
that rah-rah speech from Edge in the beginning, like, come on, man. Like, I don't need you to come out and praise Tony Khan. You had great banger matches in the beginning. You had Will Ospreay come out.
For fans
you had
like
Daniel
and stuff
Bryan.
like all of a sudden
come
you act
out.
like you hate wrestling, but you
I
have
love
to, like,
wrestling.
hate,
I love
even though,
wrestling.
like-
I just want AEW to be good. I want it to be really good. And they don't.
Okay.
They do a lot of things that are not very good right now. Like,
everything has changed over the last few months, and it's amazing. Now they've got Monet. Now they've got Okada. Now
Dude.
they've got Ospreay. Now they got Jay
dude,
White. And everything's
you
turned.
cannot watch that
Oh my God,
Mercedes
you haven't
Monet
been
promo. She came out and said 2 lines and then messed up a bunch of stuff. Like, come on. Like, she is Mercedes Monet. Tony Khan needs to get his money back. I'm sorry. He needs to get his Monet back. He needs to see if he can trade that Monet in for
Okay, so
I don't
what are you
know
doing for the
somebody
Eclipse?
else. Hold on, we got to finish WrestleMania. So we talked about Bobby
God,
Lashley and the Profits.
It's too long. It's too long. 2 nights is too much.
We're gonna watch the whole thing, so you gotta at least know the lineup. So next, LA
It's
Knight
not Wrestle Kingdom.
versus AJ Styles.
I guess LA Knight will win.
So then after that, for the WWE United States Championship, Logan Paul, the champion, versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
I'm sure Logan Paul will hold on to it, even though it should be Orton, but you got to keep Orton open to win a real title.
WWE Women's Championship match, Io Sky versus Bayley.
It should be Io Sky, but it's probably going to be Bailey.
World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth
Unless
Rollins.
Io gets the 3rd girl, although they wouldn't get her because not enough people over here know who she is. But
Julia?
No, the 3rd girl from the Black Lotus triad that was with Io and Kyrie.
Well, the Julia
contract
girl is signing at that WWE World event today.
Is she?
She's there.
No, this is another Japanese girl. I can't. I think is it Iwatani, maybe Mayu Iwatani. I can't think of her name right now, but she was the third girl in the Black Lotus triad in Lucha, and they all ran together in Stardom and shit like that. Anyway, yeah.
So, World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
I would love for it to be Drew McIntyre, to be honest with you.
I honestly am rooting for Drew. At this point, I like this Seth Rollins, but this Drew McIntyre is one of the greatest heels running right now. I love CM Punk.
I think the only reason they're going to put it on McIntyre is so CM Punk can get it someday, and that sucks.
I love the trolling of CM Punk he's been doing. He went to Mindy's 100%. In Chicago. He made that T-shirt. He drove circles in the parking lot after the show and blared Cult of Personality out of his car to a bunch of fans that were waiting for autographs. He just drove in circles playing Cult of Personality. I fucking love this Drew McIntyre. He's become one of the best fucking heels. He took that like snotty, shitty thing Christian was doing in AEW being successful with, I think was really good, and then made it more about the fans. I fucking love it. So, final match. The headlining match of WrestleMania 40, which they're claiming is going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. You've got Lil Wayne showing up to apparently perform a new song. There's some other rapper showing up.
It's going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. They've got that's what you're going to lead off with is Lil Wayne.
They've got celebrities showing up. You know, they're talking about the stage is going to be like
How quick
huge.
Did he leave The Masked Singer when we were watching it? Like episode 2. The robot sucked.
He was the first elimination of the season he was on. No, it was the first episode of the season.
Yeah.
But undisputed WWE Universal Championship match for the second year in a row, trying to complete the story. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. So you said that it's going to be Bloodline rules. So let's go under the idea that it's Bloodline rules.
I mean, Cody's going to win this title. There's no way he's not. That's going to be the final image of WrestleMania. That's the shit we're going to have to see for years. There's going to be slow-mo of the confetti falling around him. He's going to cry. He's going to look up and cry over his dad. It's all going to be emotional. Hell, I'll probably shed a tear too. But it's just predictable.
What do you think of the reports that Tama Tonga and possibly either Jacob Fatu or I think his name is Zilla Fatu have signed to WWE recently? Well, I think I've seen reports it's Jacob. I've seen reports it's Zilla. What do you think of the idea of the same thing that happened at Clash at the Castle? That's where Solo Sikoa. But remember, Clash at the Castle, where Solo Sikoa randomly showed up. You don't think that Tama Tonga, the son of Haku, could come out and make it? And they could all they would need to say. You don't think I'm just proposing. You don't think the announcer's going? That's the son of Haku.
Hikuleo is the son of Haku, not Tama Tonga.
They're brothers.
That's Hikuleo is the son of Haku.
Tama Tonga and Hikuleo are brothers.
Tama Tonga and Tongaloa are.
Hikuleo is the third brother. All three of them are brothers. All three brothers. They're all three brothers. Yes, they're all related. They're all three brothers. To check that. They're all three brothers.
Anyway, I don't think Tama Tonga is understood enough to a WWE audience to be important enough to fuck up that match.
What do you think of the reports of Dustin Rhodes being involved?
Neither of the Fatus. I think that's more believable than anything I've heard. I heard all this bullshit that MJF was going to show up.
That was going to be my next question. MJF's been rumored to have signed with the company and
he signed
show
with AEW.
Up. That we don't know that for sure.
He extended.
AEW never announced it.
That's another one that you're not going to ruin Cody. They got to end the story thing. Get that over with. MJF's not showing up. Now, the Dustin thing is intriguing because Hunter has said he's willing to work together in the past. There was a slight comment about it. Would Tony be willing to, and what would the trade back be for them? Because it would have to be something that they would be getting to. But I could see it being important enough I mean, I don't know.
Did you ever?
I don't think it would happen, but it would be fucking cool if it happened.
You said something that makes me think as well. Did you ever think we'd be sitting here seeing these things where WWE is working with all of these other companies? Shayna Baszler wrestled at GCW tonight.
All of these other companies, AEW worked with all of these other companies first.
But yes, but WWE for 30 years, for 40 years, never did. I get what you're. Yes, AEW works with everybody, and good for them. That's what you should do. I applaud.
They
them.
work
That's
with
amazing.
Progress. WWE work with Progress a little bit, but that was about it.
But like tonight at GCW, there's clips out there. Shayna Baszler wrestled, and in the crowd, it was Nia Jax, Braun Strowman, and Karrion Kross all cheering her on. CM Punk and Nick Khan were hanging out with the owner of GCW, just walking around. Like it now that they shuffled Vince to the basement, it really is a different WWE.
Oh yeah,
I'm so excited. I'm stoked for WrestleMania. You might not be, but I am more excited for WrestleMania than I've been in a few years, just because everything feels so big. I'm fully bought in on The Rock as a heel. I love it.
Yeah, I'm good with it. Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so let's talk about the Eclipse.
I don't really know much about it. It's apparently going to happen. It's on Monday. I was just trying to get off of WWE talk.
So when it comes to the Eclipse, you had talked about some of the things that people are worried about when it comes to
There's
Eclipse.
a lot of weird superstitions.
Are you stitious? Are you a little stitious?
I'm a little stitious.
You're a little stitious? I'm not stitious at all.
I'm not. I would say, what was the one that I read that was my favorite? Oh yes, you should not cook food during eclipse, especially outside, because it can hurt you.
What can hurt you? The food?
The food when you eat it, yeah, it's tainted. It's
From
tainted
the eclipse?
Food. Yeah. They also said pregnant ladies, there's a superstition, should not look at the eclipse. Then again, nobody should look at the eclipse, but there's going to be idiots doing it. Like, that's my favorite thing, is all these stories we're going to hear. It'll be flat earthers and shit like that, like the people who are like, oh, the sun's not really in the sky, that's a spotlight that's put up there because we're a flat earth. You can look, I can't see shit. Like, that's what we're gonna
Did you order the glasses? Do you have eclipse glasses?
No. I hear I'm gonna be getting some though.
So you're just gonna be one of those people looking up at the sky?
No, I have no desire. I mean, I can look out my window and see that it got darker. I don't have to stare at the sun.
So you're not supposed to look at this, or you're not supposed to cook food. You're not supposed to look at it if you're pregnant.
The big thing they're talking about now is they think people are going to take selfies with the sun because they'll think that they're not looking at the sun, but the phone screen still gives you the reflections and the UV rays, and they're thinking a lot of people are going to harm themselves that way. I saw a great report today. Please do not take a selfie with the eclipse. Like, how amazing is that for a headline? Like, we need to warn idiots. Please don't take a selfie with the eclipse. You might burn your eyes trying to make your content.
What if you take a picture of it and then look at the picture?
It's not good for your camera.
Really?
Yeah. You can look into it. Actually, there are filters for DSLR cameras that you want to have on there up until the moment of total coverage. Once you have that, you can take the filter off, get some shots of the ring that are around the outside. I've looked into some because a lot of the photography that I follow and stuff like that, of course, this time of year or this event coming up, a lot of the YouTube pages and people like that are putting out things about solar eclipse photography, and it actually can hurt sensors on cameras, and people looking through a camera at the sun, that doesn't help at all. I mean, just because you're not looking at it one way, putting a lens to your eye doesn't help in any way. So I can't wait to see some of those stories. That'll be amazing. Plus, I heard a stupid theory that is one of the most absurd things. Actually, people were making fun of the person that said it, but pickpocketing will go up in some areas because people will be looking up in the sky and not paying attention.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How
You deserve to get
amazing is that?
pickpocketed. You deserve to lose your wallet.
If
Somebody
if you do that,
if you looking up like a dumbass gets you robbed, you deserve to get robbed.
are there little gangs of ruffians out there? Just
Little-
I picture a
little
bunch of little
Little
I picture a bunch of
Dickensian
little like
scallywags.
1920s street kids
There's some
running
street
around.
urchins just running
Yeah,
around, just
little-
like
yeah, exactly.
look up
Pickpocketing
at the
people.
sky, governor.
Pickpocketing people in central Indiana.
Oh my god.
So anyway, what do you have any plans for it? I know a lot of people are going to actually see it because we are actually in an area that is very close to totality. I mean, we can drive 20 minutes and we're totality. We are pretty much.
You know how weird that word is when you're talking. It sounds like we're planning for like the end. We're close to totality.
I've heard other things that you're supposed to be repenting for your sins during the eclipse and things like that. Apparently, it's a very big religious thing, and this is when you. I get. You're all still fighting and making wars over religion.
It's just a cool sky thing.
It's a cool sky thing.
That's
It's
it.
science.
Science being
If
sciencey.
you're turning like the I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into like astro. Like I don't. It's just not even gonna start. It's amazing that there's still flat earthers out there. To me, I think is what I'm going for on some of this.
Keep walking until you fall off the end. Like, we're trying to have a good, real, round society here. Trying to live our round lives in the round world, because it's round. And I'm watching the numbers to see as soon as we say that the Earth is round, everybody just goes, no, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Our entire viewership goes away.
Oh God, they were idiots anyway. So
But it's round.
okay, I guess.
It's round.
Please be round.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I'm off work that day. I might go try to figure something out. But here's my thing. You know the way the world works. It's gonna end up fucking cloudy, and then everybody's gonna be bitchy.
I couldn't care
And-
either way. Like, it's cool.
and-
If my kid was here, if my daughter was here, we'd watch it together. But she's not gonna be, so I'm not as like inclined to see it as I would be.
This is a big scam by Big Solar Glasses. That's what this is.
The
Big Tobacco.
the paper-
This is Big Solar Glasses.
the
This is
paper
what this is
sunglass
about.
company.
Yes, there is a guy who's making a shitload of money. It's going to get cloudy. The glasses are never going to get used. He has made a lot off of these glasses and things like that. I'm getting some new glasses.
You're getting new glasses.
I am.
What kind?
Smart glasses.
Oh fuck my life.
Wait, what?
So you're gonna have glasses.
Yes.
That are techie.
Yes.
That do things.
You know me.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you. That's why I said fuck my life. So you're gonna have like little computer screens in front of your face all the time.
No, that's not what they are. They're not augmented reality. They're not virtual reality or anything like that.
What are they?
They are Ray-Bans, where there's a very cool directional speaker system in the arms that angle in towards your ears so you can answer phone calls, talk out loud,
Oh,
listen to podcasts, things
I thought you were
like
gonna
that.
get like the Apple Vision.
Wait.
Shit.
It does get a little crazy in a second. There's a camera right in here. It's a POV camera you can live stream from. You can record videos. So all those times that I've grabbed an extra camera, mounted it on my chest, and had to signal it to record for events and the things that I do. Now,
You're not allowed to
there's
wear them in
security-
my house.
There's security features built into them. It's actually a very big security thing that Ray-Ban did. It's unique. So there's a camera. It looks like two cameras, but this one is an LED light. And this LED light, when you're recording video, pulses so people know you're recording. If you take a picture, it flashes. If somebody covers it or tries to put a sticker over it, nothing will work on the glasses. They will shut themselves down.
That won't stop
Because
you
you're
from
not
just
allowed-
still recording and taking pictures.
can't
You'll just do it. I'll be like, stop it.
I'll do that with my normal camera.
I know.
I aim a normal camera in your face. Like,
I know.
No.
I hate it.
Now, here's where it gets really cool. Imagine being able to, like, you're in another country and you see a sign and it's in a different language and you say, hey, Meta, translate this. And into your ears, it tells you what it says. Or you can say, hey, what's the score of this game? It tells you into your ears. Or you can say, hey, what am I looking at? And it'll describe or tell you history about the landmark.
That's not terrible.
No, right? See, there's some cool things. I want them to eventually have the AI to the point.
They're
or
still
at
not
least
allowed in my house.
I'm definitely allowed in your house.
No, that you are.
I already
They aren't.
have cameras in your house.
Oof, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, the OnlyFans I'm trying to make off of. I have not made a dime off of the OnlyFans.
It's called OnlyFans because there's only one.
There's this
OnlyFan.
white OnlyFan. He's a very sad man, very lonely.
So Brendan's got cameras on his. He's gonna have cameras on his face soon. What's next?
It'll be very subtle.
You need a hat camera.
I had one.
Just like a hat that is a camera. Like it's not here. Like it's here. Like it's here. This is a camera. And then like it's got a little I've
worn a wrist cam. I've had a pen cam. I've had a drone.
What were you taping with your wrist cam?
That was when I was on the scooter. I attached it to the wrist, and it's meant for bikes and things like that. So
That's the real.
Grow up.
That's the real OnlyFans video.
Grow up.
People of the internet.
We're done. I'm done.
You can go to onlyfans.com/Brendan. No, you can't. But you can go to gettingwork.com. You can go to youtube.com/@gettingworked. You can follow him on Instagram @thatdudenamed_Brendan. You can follow me on Instagram @thatdudenamed_Mike. You can check us out every Thursday here live 9 p.m. on YouTube. Audio clips usually on gettingwork.com or wherever you get your podcast the next day. New episodes of Getting Worked with Mike coming out as well. Yes.
You want to go liberate some planets? You want to go hell dive with me?
Probably not tonight.
Oh, come on.
I can't always. Maybe.
I'm getting on Helldivers. I'm going to stream some Helldivers.
He's going to be on there.
All right. It's going to be fun.
We'll see you guys.
You won't join. Whatever.